Hey everybody, it's good to see you again. It has been a little while, and I have to be totally honest with you when I say it's been a little while, all because of me. I just have felt like I've really been struggling with coming up on what to talk about. And I always feel like I want to have like a good message or some kind of inspirational story, and I just haven't been feeling it. I feel like the grief has been harder for me these last few months than it has been over the course of all of this. I'm exhausted with a toddler. I am trying to figure out how my life is going to look from here. I'm 31 years old and starting from scratch, and I feel like I have absolutely no idea what to do. As time goes on, I have trouble feeling Joe's presence around me as much anymore, knowing if I'm making the right decisions, knowing how far I want to push myself to try and move forward without moving on. It's been a really big struggle. So I've had trouble coming up. Well, what do I talk about? How can I even feel like I can guide people through what I've been through without even knowing how to help myself? I do a lot with our online support groups. We have a few for cancer wives, cancer widows. I belong to a widows club here in Orlando, Florida, and I continue to write my blog and also run after my crazy daughter. And I think sometimes life just feels completely overwhelming and scary and stressful, and I don't know where to begin. And I don't know where to begin, so I don't begin at all. I kind of shut down, and I think that from talking to people, I know this is something that others struggle with as well. And I recently, when I took my big trip to Chicago, it was so awesome. Mira and I took a whole month and visited all of our family in the Midwest, and I spent some time there, and I was able to listen to a pastor speak at an event that I was invited to. And she talked a lot about love and suffering. And she told this story about when you first have a baby and that baby is placed in your arms, and you look at this little stranger and you think, I don't even know you, but I love you. I would jump in front of a bus for you today. And how is that love so powerful? And you go from that moment of this extreme love to this extreme fear about this little person feeling any pain or any suffering. And she talked about when you love, you also suffer. And because you suffer, you love. And if you try to avoid love altogether, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to get hurt, well, then you're suffering because you have no love. And I keep going back to that line because it's really, it's helping me through this right now, because I know that I'm suffering right now because I had love, because I had real love. And because of my willingness to open up and accept that gift, I'm now hurting, which kind of seems strange. But I also know that I'm going to love again, and I'm going to keep pushing through and find a way to get to the other side of this. So I've been trying to think about what are the things that make me feel really good, really happy. I recharge socially, so anytime I can get with friends or be in a social environment, it really helps me. I also know that there's been something really pretty profound in my life, is realizing the impact of helping others. And when we were in Chicago and we got a chance to do our Stay Glam event, and if you read anything about it, I'll try to post a link in this so you can read about it. I was so overwhelmed going into it. Like, we're trying to do this event. I'm a widow. I have a toddler. My husband's only been gone 8 months. Like, what am I doing? What am I thinking? I'm like biting off way more than I can chew. And there was something about that night and helping these people. We gave makeovers to 15 caregivers, some who had sick kids, some who had sick husbands, some who had recently lost their husbands. And it was the most powerful, awesome night, because you realized the way to make yourself feel better is by helping someone else and opening yourself up to that. And I just felt more like the old Amanda and at peace than I have felt in a really, really long time. And I just keep thinking about that. So I want to encourage you today, if you're struggling in your life right now. If your marriage feels hard, feels like it's failing, if your kids are having a hard time, if someone you know is sick, if you can hardly open up your social media sites because it feels like there's one after another of these GoFundMe pages and Fundly because someone has died, someone is sick, someone is hurting, it can feel like it's too much. And if you're starting to feel like that, I want you to know you don't have to do it all alone. And just by helping one person, you're really helping yourself. And it's kind of cool. Talk about being like a selfish helper. Because you know when you do this, it's going to feel so good. And it somehow helps pull me out of my depression, out of my loneliness, out of the feelings that I can't escape. So that leads me to kind of our challenge, I think, for this month. Joe's 32nd birthday is September 18th. That's 1 month from today. He was diagnosed with colon cancer just 2 days before his 28th birthday, and we were married 2 months later. This is going to be a hard time coming up. And if you knew Joe, you know that Joe loved to give gifts. He loved to spend money, and he loved to give gifts. He never missed someone's birthday. He never missed a wedding gift. Even when he was really sick and we had to start missing events because he was just too sick to get there, he'd say, make sure you get that wedding gift sent. Joe used to pick me up from the airport and always have something for me in the car. He was just the definition of love and giving to those around you. So I'm hoping that for his birthday, we can live like Joe. And I want to challenge you to do something really great on that day. And I'll talk about it more to remind you, but it's September 18th, and we're going to use the hashtag #JoeStrongForever. I want you to look at the circle of people in your life and think about who's suffering. Maybe now it's the time to get the courage and to make a meal and drop it off on the front porch. Maybe it's time to get a card in the mail, to offer your babysitting services so that those people can have a minute to go out by themselves. Maybe it's time to look at your talents and see, what can I do? What can I give that's going to help someone else, that's going to help fulfill this calling? And it's going to be incredible because the feeling that you're going to get back is like you're really doing this for yourself. It feels so good. So we're going to work on that for Joe's birthday, September 18th, hashtag #JoeStrongForever, and I'll give you reminders. And if I want to be a little greedy here, if you want to help out our foundation, we're still looking for things to help fill the caregiver packages with. Really struggling to find good things for men and the husbands of cancer patients. So if you have ideas, send them my way, and I'll post some links in that for you too. So this was good. I feel better talking about some of this. So I'll try and do this more, and we will see you soon.